Algebra 2, Set 13, Substitution and Area of an Isosceles Triangle. Okay, so we'll start with substitution. The substitution axiom says that if two expressions A and B are of equal value, so A equals B, then A may replace B, or B may replace A in another expression without changing the value of the expression. So this is talking about expressions, but the substitution axiom also is true for statements, inequalities, and equations. So if A equals B in any of those, then you can replace A for B or B for A. So we will do this problem, use substitution to solve. It says x equals y plus 5 and 3x plus 2y equals 5. So we're going to take x, and wherever x is, we're going to replace it with y plus 5. So we get 3 times y plus 5 plus 2y equals 5. Distribute the 3, so we get 3y plus 15 plus 2y equals 5. We'll combine 3y plus 2y to get 5y, and we'll subtract 15 to get negative 10. Divide both sides by 5, and we end up with y equals negative 2. We need to figure out what x is, so we'll take that and plug it in to the first equation. So x equals negative 2 plus 5. So we know x equals 3. Our solution is 3, negative 2, and then we double check. Oh, actually we don't. Okay. So use substitution to solve. Now in this case, we don't have a specific x equals or y equals. So it looks like the equation that we will be able to make it say y equals will be the top equation. So we're just going to solve that top equation for y. So we'll get 3x minus y equals 11, add y to both sides, and then we'll subtract 11 from both sides. So we end up with y equals 3x minus 11. Now we can substitute it in for y in the second equation, and we get 2x plus 3 times 3x minus 11 equals negative 11. We're just taking that 3x minus 11 that equals y and plugging it in for y. So we get 2x plus 9x minus 33 equals negative 11. We'll add 2x and 9x together, and then add 33 to both sides, and we get 11x equals 22, so x equals 2. Now we plug it in, so we get 3 times 2 minus 11 equals y, so 6 minus 11 equals y, negative 5 equals y, so x equals 2, y equals negative 5. Now, we'll use substitution to solve this one. In this one, we can solve either for x or for y. It doesn't matter. You'll get the same solution no matter what you solve for. So we'll solve for x. So that means we'll subtract y from the top equation to get x equals 20 minus y. We'll take it and plug it in. So we get 5 times 20 minus y plus 10y equals 150. So 5 times 20 is 100, minus 5y plus 10y equals 150. 100 plus 5y is 150, so 5y equals 50, and y equals 10. We'll take that and plug it in. So x plus y is 20, y is 10, so x is going to be 10. Our solution then is 10. Okay, now we're going to talk about isosceles triangles. Before we do that, we're going to talk about angles. And if you have a ray or a line that cuts an angle exactly in half, it's called bisecting. So we say that ray YZ bisects angle PYX by dividing it into two equal segments, and we indicate that by making these lines. Now we can also bisect a segment. So we say point R bisects segment TS by dividing it into two equal segments. So the TR is equal to RS. Okay, so we have an isosceles triangle, meaning that two sides are the same, and that also indicates that two angles are the same. We will draw the height or the altitude here, and it is a perpendicular line which bisects the bottom. So we call this a perpendicular bisector. The line that is drawn, that is the height, is also called the median. And that median is also an angle bisector because it divides the two sides of the triangle into two equal angles. So we'll do this example. Find the area of this isosceles triangle. Dimensions are in centimeters. So we have an isosceles triangle. We're going to draw the median, and we need to figure out the height. So we know it bisects the bottom. So when we draw that, we know it divides it into two equal segments that are 2 and 2. Now we can draw the triangle that's formed, that's right here, and we know it has dimensions 2, h, and 5, and we can use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for h. So we use 2 squared plus h squared equals 5 squared. So h squared equals 25 minus 4, because 2 squared is 4 and 5 squared is 25, and we're just subtracting 4 from both sides. So h squared equals 21, and h is the square root of 21. So now that we know the height, we can find the area. Because to find the area of a triangle, you need 1/2 base times height. So we know that it's 1/2 times 4 times the square root of 21. So it's 2 square roots of 21 square centimeters.